Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from HeavyMachineGun Gamers, and welcome. So today I want to take you on a tour of a ship that you've seen occurring in a number of my videos recently, and it's something I like to call the Hunter class cruiser. Now this is a multi-role ship, and the ship's about the size of the red starting ship, and a ship like this, of this size, is perfect for a survival world. So I'll take you around it, and I'm also going to release this on the Steam Workshop so you can have a look around it yourself. The link will be in the description. But first off, let's have a look at the front. Now, comparing this and doing a lot of testing in battle, as you've seen some of the battles with this ship, I've moved the weapons to a different location. One of the main problems with having them low down is they're harder to aim, and secondly, they're quite exposed there. So I've actually lifted them up and put them into center of hull and took the railguns inside the actual ship, so they've got a lot more protection. And I've also got the AutoCannons marked on top, so as I am firing them from the cockpit there, I'm going to get a very straight line towards the target, not having to put the nose below the target like I was doing in the battle. Now if we bring ourselves below, you can see we've got the hangar there. Now originally this hangar did have a hangar door, but I ran into a number of problems with it snapping off and just issues as we were moving with it, so I've left it open for now. Now let's fly down the sides, and you can see I've integrated a lot of curves into this design with UncleSte's sort of armoured ramp blocks that I have to say are amazing. You can do some incredibly sort of creative sort of building with them. And this ship all turned out pretty much from one block, as I was talking about in another episode before. So that you can see that the block and the engine block's reversed. We've got the curves into the engine bay, into the small thrusters, and then into Sage's large thruster there. And we've got quite a power pack on this here. I believe we have over nearly 6 thrusters. We've got 1 on both the engine bays there. We've got 2 up top, 2 down the bottom, and we've got a number of small thrusters dotted around. Now we've got a sort of rear escape ship here, and we've got the little area that leads into the cockpit. But I'll continue taking you around, and I'll show you in from the main entrance on the side, or the crew sort of entrance. We'll tuck underneath and I'll show you what's exactly underneath. Now it's pretty much the same as the top, except we've got a little maintenance bay there that I'll show you from inside, because I think it looks a lot better from inside rather than just seeing that thing sticking out the bottom. And we've also got these dips in here, and I was really surprised with how much I'm actually fitted with inside this. So we'll enter into here through one of the airlocks. So when you enter through this airlock, you're actually presented with this sort of one-way sort of glass mirror. You can't actually see who's on the other side of it. And we'll activate our little feet so we can walk around. So you can see we've got a clear view. Whoever comes in that cockpit or whoever comes in the airlock is going to basically be exposed. Now we'll start by looking through the bottom of the ship into the hangar bay, and then we'll go through the rest. Now if we go through these angled doors, once again by UncleSte, I have to say, great little mods. Got a whole variety of doors to use. We've just got a really basic hangar, and I've marked all red areas with the red light in as utility sort of areas, so you know that you're coming into an area that doesn't have too much purpose rather than just a utility sort of spot or a way of leaving the ship. So you can see we've redded that area there as well. Now we'll head inside, and this is my refinery room. Any sort of survival ship needs a refinery assembler room. The refinery is not actually in this room, but you can access all the utilities, and we've got 2 assemblers here, plus another 2 that I'm standing on here, so you can actually process a lot of things with your crew and get started within your survival. So we'll continue here. We've also got my little drop-in station here, so if you decide to drop anything, or you over a cucumber yourself, you could say, you drop the item back into the crate below. So we'll head on, and we could either head up to the cockpit, but we'll continue exploring this deck first. So we're going to move into one of my small gyroscope rooms. These rooms are just padding, so if the ship does get assaulted and someone is inside, it's going to take them a while. So we're actually in the center of the hub of the engine bays now. If we head either way here, we have 2 maintenance sections for the engines, both reactors on both sides, exactly the same. And I'll just take you in here a little bit further. We've piped everything up, everything's connected, ready for survival. And we've got a number of gyroscopes, everything really compact into these areas here. Now, you'll realise this ship feels a lot bigger inside than it looks on the outside, and I was quite amazed at how much I managed to actually shove in here. So we're going to drop down here, and we're going to move to the rear of the ship now. And above us is the refinery. The refinery of the ship, of course, just having some basic refinery components, and we can refine things. We've got 2 cargo containers there to store unrefined items. And we'll head down here for another one of these angled doors. And we're actually entering an area that I probably shouldn't be showing you. This is the interrogation cells. So we've got 2 interrogation cells here and here, and I'll just take you in one of these. Actually, we'll use our special button to open the door. We've also got a button that activates a turret here, so in case we need to remove the person from the cell, we can do that, or keep him in the cell. We'll keep the gun trained on him with any movement from that chair triggering it and killing him. So just a simple cell, no ways out for the moment, and then since they won't have any tools, they won't be able to do anything. So we can lock that back up, and we've got the exact same on the other side, so we can hold 2 prisoners or maybe even a group of them. Now here is another utility section of the ship. If we look down, we have the connector. So we can actually turn on our hazard lights here to say that we're actually connecting up maybe with another vessel to transfer supplies. And then we can extend out our actual connection nozzle. Something pretty simple, and it allows me to keep the connection nozzle within the ship so it doesn't cause too much hazard. So that's just going to extend out and down below. We'll take a trip up to the cockpit next and explore some more of the areas. So down here we also have 2 metal refineries on both sides, so we can process ore a lot faster. So let's head back up. Now if we're going to take a left around here, was around here, and we're pretty much back up in the center area. Some of these doors have a little bit of a problem getting back up through, but the more doors, there's more problem, and the more way that people, if they break into your ship, are going to get lost. So we'll head up to the cockpit area, we'll step through here, and we're just going to hover on up so we can actually rotate ourselves around here so we don't lose too much disorientation, and we'll move into the cockpit. Now if I take you aboard into the cockpit, or the medical room in this case, you know, we've just got 1 medical bay, and this is the 2nd floor, so if we look down there, that's where we just were. And we can clear out onto here where we have the rear entrance to the actual place where I could get in my escape ship and fly away. I'll just head in back through here and we'll go up to the cockpit now. I just forgot that we actually had an extra floor before the cockpit level. So the cockpit, here it is, nice and open. Now originally I was going to have buttons for actual cameras here, but the problem is I cannot actually add cameras to the list anymore. Like, you used to be able to press them and set a view option, but I don't seem to be able to do that whatever way I add them, and that's just a little bit annoying. But I'll show you the cameras that I've got set up here. I've got 2 cameras in the cells downstairs as well. So first off, let's have a look at that camera. So that's just basically a camera facing forward, I believe. We've got a camera facing back into the hangar so I can see if someone leaves with a ship. We've got 5, now that's facing forward as well. And if I prime my laser guns, you can actually see we've got 4 very powerful railguns ready to fire. We've got 6, that's a view of the back, so I can see if anyone's attempting to dock or chase me as I'm moving with the ship. So I'll just hop out of there, and I'll show you the emergency exit on the top. Now, here we go, this is just going to be the emergency exit. I've made a little airlock out of his doors, and all you have to do is, first of all, you have to manage to get through the first part, unlock this door, you hop into this part of the airlock, and I can't wait until there's some sort of compression or some sort of air system. Lock ourselves into there. Need to find the other switch, open that up, and we actually come out on top of the ship. So there's a real lot of different compartments and different things within this vessel, and I don't think I've actually missed anything. We've got a further forward compartment here that's sealed off for the weapons bays to wire them all up, but that's all accessible with a red anyway. I'm going to let you explore this ship. You can have a look at it on the Steam Workshop. It'll be up very shortly. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.